Good evening, boys and girls. I hope you've had a lovely day. Thank you for all of your lovely posts of your work. You've been very, very hard at work today. I'm very impressed with lots of you writing beautiful invitations and signing your name, writing your name. Really, really well done. Very proud of you all. So today's bedtime story is Hoot and Holler. Okay. Called Hoot and Holler, and it's by Alan Brown and Remintas Maria. Oh, look, there's two owls there, one there and one there. Every night, two owls played together in the great wood. The big owl was called Holler, that's the big owl, and the little owl was called Hoot, that's Hoot, the yellow one. They played swoop and snatch in the tumbling waterfall. Look at that. They played crouch and creep in the dripping cave. Look, they're creeping up on the bats that are hanging upside down. They played glide and giggle around the overgrown graveyard. They loved the games they played, and they loved each other, but they were afraid to say how happy they were. Hoot was too little and Holler was too shy. Holler was feeling shy and Hoot's too little. And one night, when Holler wasn't looking, a great gust of wind carried Hoot over the graveyard wall and out of sight. Oh no, look at that. When Holler, there he is, look. When Holler looked around, his friend was gone. Holler thought Hoot didn't want to play with a big owl anymore. Holler was sad, but was too shy to say so. The storm got bigger and bigger, and soon the wind caught Holler too and blew him over the trees and far away. When the storm was over, Hoot was on one side of the wood and Holler was on the other. The two owls flew through the night searching for each other, but the great wood was too big and the night was too dark. Hoot could not find Holler, and Holler could not find Hoot. Now Holler will never know that I loved playing with a big owl, thought Hoot. And now Hoot will never know the fun I had playing with a little owl, thought Holler. Holler flew to the middle of the great wood and asked Wise Owl, who lived in the hollow oak, Wise Owl, how can I find Hoot? That's Wise Owl there. Wise Owl blinked his eyes and said, You must call out so Hoot can hear. Oh, but I'm too shy to call out all by myself in the great wood, said Holler. Shy. You are big, said Wise Owl, and you must be brave, or you will never find your friend. Oh dear. Oh dear, what a predicament. Holler flew to the spooky ruins where hares dance with their shadows. He called out softly, but not very bravely, Hoot, Hoot. It's a bit quiet. Hoot was looking for Holler at the tumbling waterfall and didn't hear Holler's cry. Hoot was scared that Holler didn't want to play with a little owl anymore. Oh, he was feeling very sad. Holler flew to the tall sycamore tree where foxes chased the mice in the rustly leaves, and he called out softly, but a little more bravely, Hoot. Look, there's the foxes chasing the mice. Hoot. Little braver this time. Hoot was looking for Holler in the dripping cave, and still Holler's cries were not loud enough. Can't hear him. Holler realised that Wise Owl was right. Hoot would never hear a shy, soft call. So Holler flew right to the top of the rocky crag and called out very bravely and very strongly, "Hoot, I love you." There he is calling out. The moon came out from behind the clouds to see what the fuss was about, and Silver Badgers ran in fright. It was very loud this time. Hoot was looking for Holler in the overgrown graveyard when the loud call came. At last he heard the call back. He heard and called back, as loud and as strong as a little owl could. Look, he heard him. There he was playing. Hoot, I love you too. Ah. Oh, Holler, I love you too. Foxes and bats, hares and badgers, deers and mice, all the animals in the great wood looked up as Hoot came flying through the dark night. Hoot and Holler were so happy to find each other. They hooted and hollered and played until morning. Oh, look how happy they are. Look at that. And they were never, ever too shy to say, "I'm happy," "I'm sad," or "I'm scared," or "I love you." They were never ever too shy ever again. The end. What a lovely story. And remember, boys and girls, you should never be too shy to say you're happy, never too shy to say you're sad, and never too shy to say I love you. Take care. Good night.